This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, lawmakers and community members came together to discuss a bill that would provide mandatory benefits for workers across the state.
Our David Ledford has the story.
Maine needs a statewide paid family and medical leave policy.
Yes!
Officials unveiled legislation that would implement a statewide paid family and medical leave program. The bill would allow workers to take up to 12 weeks of paid leave for a variety of medical or family reasons. The benefit amount paid to employees during this time would be 90% of their regular pay. These changes would apply to all workplaces with more than 15 employees. Senator Maddie Daughtry, lead sponsor for the bill, shared her personal connection to the issue.
After being hit by a car while bicycling, my family took unpaid time off to care for me. Watching my parents age has me fearing whether I will have the means to care for them in their senior years.
The bill currently has more than 100 co-sponsors. Those in favor say they are hoping to achieve a bipartisan solution for paid family and medical leave.
We remain open to new ideas and to compromise to ensure that the final product is the right piece of legislation for our state.
Those opposed to the bill shared concerns about the impact on small businesses and the proposed length of leave. Peter Gore, who spoke on behalf of the Maine State Chamber of Commerce, says that the chamber is not opposed to paid family and medical leave, but seeks changes to the current iteration of the bill.
There has to be a policy, an FMLA, paid FMLA policy, that works for employers and employees. This policy that doesn't work for employers, particularly small businesses. It's going to be very administratively burdensome, and they're going to have real challenges to cope with absenteeism in the workplace.
In Augusta, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, Senate Republicans met for a discussion of what they are calling, quote, bad bills. During the session, Senate Republicans shared concerns about certain pieces of legislation that have been developed and introduced during the 131st legislature. Republicans spoke out against a number of bills, including LD 1735, an act to safeguard gender-affirming health care, and LD 1964, just introduced today, which would offer paid family and medical leave to workers across the state.
If you've got a gun to your head, why would you negotiate with that person in good faith? There's just no incentive there, and what I've seen so far this entire session is that the socialists and the communists of the Maine People's Alliance have put this gun to the head of the legislature.
Republicans have called the bills, quote, ill-conceived legislation and asked that Mainers reach out to lawmakers to discuss the legislature's current lineup of bills.
Meanwhile, a Bangor man is facing charges for allegedly physically assaulting a child. Bangor Police Detective Lieutenant Brent Bollier says a young child was taken into a local medical facility with significant injuries on May 5th. Bollier says Bangor police responded and found suspicious bruising and severe healing pattern burn injuries on the child's back. Police say it had been alleged that the child was accidentally injured at his Bangor home. According to Bollier, medical professionals indicated the child's injuries were not accidental and inflicted by someone. A warrant was issued for 26-year-old Gabriel Bocanegra of Bangor in Connecticut. He was arrested on Wednesday. Bocanegra is being charged with aggravated assault with a dangerous weapon, aggravated assault on a child under 6 years old, domestic violence assault on a child under 6, and endangering the welfare of a child by violating a duty of care or protect. The investigation remains ongoing.
A man who attempted to evade police on a moped is now facing charges. On May 21st, Bangor police attempted to stop 37-year-old Stephen Bell of Bangor in the area of 3rd Street. According to Bangor Police Sergeant Jason McCambly, Bell refused to stop and fled on the moped. The officer did not attempt to chase it, but a short time later, Bell was located on Buck Street and refused to identify himself. Police say he took off on that moped once again. The officer pursued him and eventually caught up to him on foot after Bell attempted to drive the moped across a baseball field, but got bogged down in the soft ground. Bell actually had 5 active arrest warrants, according to police, and Sergeant McCambly says after searching him, police found a substantial amount of heroin and fentanyl, as well as a large amount of cash. He is charged with unlawful trafficking of drugs, refusal to submit to arrest, and failure to stop.
One person was arrested after state police were called to a trespassing incident in Tremont earlier today. A state police spokesperson says 47-year-old Raymond Chandler of West Virginia was trespassing on private property. Hancock County Sheriff's deputies had recently told him to leave, but he did return. According to the spokesperson, when state police arrived, Chandler began acting erratically. That prompted troopers to wait for backup. The Cape Road was shut down during the incident for public safety. Chandler was eventually arrested for criminal trespass, refusing to submit to arrest and an outstanding warrant.
Well, Memorial Day weekend has many traditions, one of them being the placement of flags next to the headstones of veterans who served our country. And if you happen to drive by Mount Pleasant Cemetery here in Bangor, you will see that tradition has carried on. Preparations for this weekend started in early April with foreman and sexton of Mount Pleasant Cemetery, Brian McLaughlin, and his crew. This past Saturday, however, flags began to be placed on veterans' headstones with the help of Boy Scouts, Knights of Columbus, and family members for the local church.
We try to treat the crew, we treat everybody as it was a family member, so we show respect.
Well, there are headstones still in need of a flag ahead of this weekend. If you or a loved one are interested in helping, extra flags will be outside the cemetery's office.
And I really like that, what he said. It is just a display of respect, and,
yes,
and a really great one at that.
I would say a baseline expectation of respect, all things considered.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks, well, let's see what the weather is going to be looking like, at least in the coming hours, with a first check of our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Our first weather today is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. Okay, so what an overcast day out there yesterday. Today, much nicer. A couple of sprinkles still lingering in the area. Most of this actually just up north is actually Virgo precipitation coming down from the clouds, but not quite reaching the ground. We did have some rain, pretty moderate rain at times overnight, with temperatures in the morning pretty chilly. We had temperatures starting out the day at around 43 degrees, pretty much 40s all across the state. But nice rebound in temperature, still well below for what we should be this time of year. But look at Bar Harbor in the 50s once again, 61 here in town, and even some lower 50s. Look at that, even some 40s were high temperatures up in the northern part of the state. So not the warmest day out there, but don't worry, relief is on the way. Much warmer temperatures will be rolling on in. Tonight, though, another chilly night will continue to cool back off and hovering in those lower 40s. Beth and Peter?
I mean, maybe my chili scale has adjusted, but that kind of looks balmy to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a little chilly in comparison to some of the temperatures we're going to see in a few days.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, no, that's not too bad at all.
Yeah, mid-40s is like, whatever.
Yeah, we're used to a lot worse.
All right, well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, Puritan Medical Products and Central Maine Power partnered for a career fair.
And our Devin Dagnalt will have the details on Belfast Police Department's new substance abuse prevention and education program. Those stories and more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
SNAP-Ed is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program education. The nutrition programming is provided by nutrition educators who really understand their communities.
This work requires partnerships because it's about supporting the community.
The things that we teach people, I know it makes a huge impact. What we do is not just good for people who receive SNAP benefits, but for the whole community.
Two of country music's biggest stars together live. Lee Brice and Cole Swindell together live. May 28th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. Lee Brice. Cole Swindell with special guest Louis Brice. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com.
I'm Phil Levesque, president of Levesque Business Solutions. We're a family-owned Maine business since 1963. We're your one-stop shop for great office products at affordable rates. From copiers to office furniture to PPE, we've got it all warehoused right here in Bangor. We're your local small Maine business with a dedicated staff providing honest and friendly customer service, top-of-the-line tech support, and the option of in-house leasing. Let us help you get back to business.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow.
The quickest turnaround in the business, the Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
All right, ready for this?
Everyone is invited.
Fill your week with Wheel.
It's Sweethearts Week, Veterans Week,
It's Teachers Week.
Fabulous Food Week.
Days packed with fun.
Yeah, Hawaii Week, Teen Week.
Margaritaville.
Restock the margarita bar. Maggie, it's Collage Week.
It's College Week.
It's going to be a big week for everybody.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7. You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. In celebration of Maine EMS Week, a ceremony was held at the Maine EMS and Education site in Augusta this afternoon to recognize the men and women who put the well-being of others before their own. The ceremony's guest speakers included Speaker of the House Rachel Talbot Ross, Senate President Troy Jackson, and Maine EMS Director Sam Hurley, who spoke on the importance of EMS workers in our community.
EMS is a tough job, no matter how you spin it. Going into someone's home when they're experiencing an emergency, imagine a young child passing away, or imagine someone in a car crash and they're scared. It's tough. And so making sure that we are honoring and recognizing the countless hours and contributions, that's what this is about.
Among the honorees was Kevin McGinnis, who was inducted into the Extraordinary and Lasting EMS System Contributors for his work as a paramedic.
We just go and do what we need to do. Yeah. And every patient that we take care of is another patient that hopefully appreciates us. But and that's good enough for us.
The ceremony closed with the recognition and remembrance wreath, as well as roll call for those who sacrificed their life in the act of helping others.
Well, 2 months ago, Puritan Medical Products put more than 200 employees on furlough. That decision was caused by decreased production of COVID-19 take-home tests. Central Maine Power reached out to Puritan shortly thereafter in a search for ways to help, and today CMP put together a job fair at the Puritan manufacturing plant in Pittsfield. The job fair offered a variety of opportunities and trainings within their company.
But we worked with Puritan, the Human Resources Department here, to understand the positions that were impacted by the furlough, the different types of jobs that were impacted there, and we cross-reference that with the positions we have available. And so we think that there's great skill sets that match the positions that we're looking for.
CMP will continue to work with Puritan and other companies in similar situations to help give those employees new opportunities.
Well, what comes to mind when you think about substance abuse prevention education? For many, it might be the DARE program with its Just Say No motto, or any number of anti-drug PSAs. Well, one group of local law enforcement officers has been taking a new approach, and they say it's the right move. Devin Dagnalt has more.
This year, the Belfast Police Department launched a 10-week substance abuse prevention program at Troy A. Howard Middle School called Law Enforcement Against Drugs, or LEAD for short.
I was sold on this program with probably 10 minutes into it.
LEAD isn't just another Say No to Drugs program. Along with substance education, it teaches decision-making skills and social and emotional well-being.
We started to think like, all right, what isn't working? And one of the things we looked at was our prevention education in the schools.
For the program, officers and teachers work together to educate students about the harms of substance abuse and addiction using a mix of worksheets, activities, and games. According to Chief Bob Cormier, LEAD is an evidence-based program that has yielded results ever since its inception back in 2015. Originally, the program started in New Jersey amid the opioid crisis. Now, it's active in over 40 states. But what do teachers and students have to say about the program?
So it's been really great because one of the things that kids are learning about this year is information processing and body systems. So we've been able to make a nice science connection between the program and you know what I have to do in science throughout the year.
It feels pretty cool, like knowing that the
local law enforcement is here to talk to us and make us feel comfortable with drugs and telling us that we shouldn't be doing them.
Currently, the Belfast LEAD program is only offered to 7th graders, but it won't stay that way for long. Chief Cormier says the program will be expanding to the 6th and 9th grade next year, and he hopes that in the near future, the program will span all the way from K to 12.
But I think the reason we're doing this, obviously, is we care about the kids. We want them to be safe, and we want to prevent the next generation of kids falling victim to, substance misuse to the level of addiction.
In Belfast, Devin Dagnall, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Early education and intervention can only yield positive results. You give the kids the tools and the power to make a better decision, a healthier decision.
Yeah, and I really like to see that partnership between local educators, local law enforcement, and the students to see how receptive they are to that. It's really great to see and very, very positive.
And it's so important to do more than just tell kids, okay, you shouldn't use drugs.
Right.
Give them that scientific evidence that really dive into the education behind it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I agree. Well, still to come on ABC7 News at 6. More than 1,000 students went to UMaine today for a conference aiming to give them essential computer skills and knowledge.
And in sports, Skowhegan baseball, our top contenders in their section, how they look to improve even further into the playoffs. Well, that story coming right up.
Bucksport Regional Health Center has cared for the community for almost 50 years. We are trusted and compassionate providers. We have also given thousands of COVID-19 vaccines because the COVID-19 vaccine is very safe, very effective, and your best shot at protecting yourself from COVID. Trust us. Trust the vaccine. Protect yourself. Take your shot against COVID-19.
If you think you have Dupuytren's contracture, there's a simple test you can take. From anywhere, try to lay your hand flat against the surface. If you can't, you may have Dupuytren's contracture. Talk to a hand specialist about your options, including non-surgical treatments.
We open books. We open minds. We open up possibilities when we invest in their higher education. Invest in your child's bright future by opening a NextGen 529 account today. To learn more about NextGen 529, investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the program description available at nextgenforme.com. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan.
Mossy Ledge Spirits is a true hidden gem in Etna. Located just 3 miles off I-95, exit 167, we are home to tastings, tours, cocktails, to-go drinks, bottles, live music, minis, and priceless memories. You're sure to fall in love with our handcrafted, unique, and deliciously clean-tasting spirits and feel right at home in our family-friendly environment. Mossy's Mobile Spirits is offering mobile bar service for weddings and large events. So enjoy some pizza and raise the glass here at Mossy Ledge Spirits.
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo. Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some playoff baseball here. Maine baseball in action in round 1 of the America East tournament, and they are just 3 wins away from a trip to a regional. Standish native Jacob Humphrey and UMass Lowell looking to upset the top-seeded Black Bears. Starting this off in the top of the first. Maine in some trouble. Fritz Genther at the dish with 2 runners on. He's going to single home Humphrey, and that is going to make it 1-0 Riverhawks early. Maine would answer in the bottom of the frame, though. Nick White at the dish lines this ball the other way to left field. Jeremiah Jenkins comes around to score. White on second with a double. We're all tied at 1. 3-1 now. Quinn McDaniel at the dish. He gets a fastball outside. Lasers this ball the other way. That one leaves the yard. His 4th homer in 3 games. 3-2 now. Same score. White at the plate, and he's having a day. He gets all of this one, sends it deep to right, and that ball is gone as well. That puts Maine up 4-3. Down 1 again in the 5th, and Matt McElwain at the plate, and he crushes this ball. Black Bears had the home run bug today. That's over the fence in left field. Maine's bats would keep going all game. They take a 10-7 victory. Staying on the baseball diamond now. In Class A North, the Skowhegan Riverhawks have had really good teams these past few years. They boast one of the best pitching rotations in the state and are looking to make some noise come playoffs. Ryan Sudol has the story.
We knew last year that we had a pretty good squad, but this year we're all older, we're all more mature, we're all better, stronger. It's been great for us.
After losing just 2 seniors and exiting the playoffs early, Skowhegan baseball is leaving last year in the past and are top contenders in A North.
From last year, we knew that we still had a young team and that only losing 2 seniors wasn't going to hurt us a lot.
The season was going to be big, a lot of confidence going in.
That confidence has only been heightened with their pitching. The Riverhawks have a near full rotation of 4 guys who can start on the mound.
It's awesome. It's nice to have all those guys be able to come out and just chuck for us.
It gives us the ability to have at least one ready to relieve any game, any situation at any time, you know. It just gives us the ability to pitch week to week.
With that, the Riverhawks are allowing just 2 runs a game. However, they're putting up just 4, something they're really honing in on as the postseason nears.
Just try to make contact with the ball, put it in play. A lot of the guys, they just try to hit home runs.
It doesn't come like that. It just comes when we least expect it, so we just need to go up there and just try to get a base hit.
And despite the team hitting somewhat of a plateau, losing 3 of their last 4, there are no nerves around here.
We hit a cold spot, so what happens to everyone? We'll be just fine, you know. There's nobody who can beat us. You know, when we're on it, we're on it.
And with that mentality, they hope to be on their way to the first state title in program history.
It'd be awesome. It'd mean the world. It'd be one of the best memories of high school career.
I've wanted to win a baseball state championship with this team. I love this team. Everybody on it. They're just a bunch of good guys. I think we deserve it.
In Skowhegan, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to see what they can do. Man, Class A baseball is pretty stacked this year. That's all the time we have for sports, though. Here is your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Our Maine weather today is brought to you by a Maine-made relief. Brown-tail moth rash relief is extremely effective in battling the symptoms of the rash from the brown-tail moth. Handmade with natural ingredients in Blue Hill, Maine. All right, folks. So weather-wise, though, it is starting to improve right now. Did have pretty much overcast conditions all day yesterday. Today, same story. Mostly cloudy skies out there. A couple of sprinkles still left over outside. But as you can see, not much really going on. This is starting to die down as it continues to counterclockwise rotate all throughout our area. But by tomorrow, finally, things will start to clear up. Most of the United States is actually pretty clear. Center of the country, upper Midwest, even down south, we are pretty clear. Besides Florida getting in on a little bit of severe weather, especially by Miami area, Miami-Dade. That's where a little bit of a rotation is actually happening. A little bit of isolated thunderstorms in Texas as well, but not a big severe event. So for us, though, like I said, we will finally start to clear up. By tomorrow, we are clear. And the most important question is, how's it going to look by the weekend and for our Memorial Day? Well, I got some good news. Temperatures will be in the 70s, even some 80s, and we will be dry and clear. Maybe a couple of sprinkles still left over tonight into the early morning hours tomorrow, but the next several days we are in luck. We're going to be clear, so get that sunscreen ready and those shades because we will definitely need them. A little bit windy out there today, though, so feels a little bit chilly as temperatures are well below what they should be for this time of year. Even the coast has a couple of windy spots, Rockland into the Bar Harbor area. Here in town, though, look at that wind, around 23 miles an hour, so wind gusts are closer to 35, so I would hold your hats today. Tonight is going to be cold, a little bit breezy, so it's going to feel extra cool out there by tomorrow morning. So tomorrow's that day where you really want to put on an extra layer or two, just bundle up out there before things start to finally warm up. Up north, just west actually of Greenville, we're looking at frost advisories that have been posted. Guess what? Temperatures back into the 30s. Look at this rebound though. Saturday back in the 70s. 84 degrees by Sunday. Wow, it is going to be hot. And then a little bit cooler Monday into Tuesday, but still in those 70s. So very nice and pleasant weather. I'd recommend maybe going on the lake and enjoying that water. It is a bit cold water-wise, though, so be careful jumping in there. Temperatures tonight, though, a bit chilly. We're looking at 41 degrees, mostly cloudy. It's going to be a bit windy, so it's going to feel extra cold. Tomorrow, though, temperatures below average, still around 61, mostly cloudy, and a couple of sprinkles will be possible throughout the day. Other than that, we will be dry. Our extended forecast outlook does show dry air right through the weekend, right into our Memorial Day as well. Temperatures back in those 70s and 80s by Sunday. Beth and Peter?
All right, so the heat gets cranking.
Yeah, that's so much sun in that 5-day forecast. Not much to complain about there.
All righty, well, there is still more to come. Stay with us.
Make this summer the summer of more fun and less worry with replacement windows from Renewal by Andersen. Now is the perfect time to call because we're having a Memorial Day sale with incredible savings on the most trusted family of window and patio door brands in America. Call for your free window diagnosis and begin your Renewal by Andersen signature service experience. A unique start-to-finish home improvement solution skillfully guided by Renewal by Andersen professionals. We're the best at window replacement because it's the only thing we do. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Ashley's Memorial Day sale is going on now. Get ready for summer with the biggest and best furniture deals. Take advantage of these must-have items now under $500 and get up to 50% off spotlight deals. Plus, get 60-month special financing only at Ashley.
You didn't live this strong, this long, to get put on the shelf like a porcelain doll. But 1 out of 2 women over 50 will suffer a fracture from osteoporosis. You should know you can build new bone with Evenity for postmenopausal women with osteoporosis at high risk for fracture. Ask your doctor if you can do more than just slowing down bone loss with Evenity. Want stronger bones? Then build new bone. Evenity can help in just 12 months. Evenity is proven to reduce spine fracture risk by 73%.
Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a cardiovascular problem. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions and low blood calcium have occurred. Tell your doctor about jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity, or about pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred.
Don't let a break put you on a shelf. Talk to your doctor about building new bone with Evenity.
The first ever Mazda CX-50, purpose-built for the outdoors. With our most advanced driving technology for responsive, consistent performance on road and off that entices you to go further, more often.
Find your new Mazda today at Varney Mazda, 260 Hogan Road in Bangor, and discover what Varney value is all about.
Tonight, the debt talks, where things stand. Plus, with millions hitting the road for the holiday weekend, will it be sunny or a washout? More Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Well, finally tonight, more than 1,000 4th through 9th grade students made their way to the University of Maine for the Maine Learning Technology Initiative Conference. The 20th annual MLTI Student Conference included numerous sessions, each of them centered around engaging students in essential computer science skills and knowledge. Learning Through Technology coordinator Emma Banks says the goal is to encourage students to apply new and creative skills to their own learning.
MLTI Student Conference is Maine Learning Through Technology Initiative, so it's focused around technology, but it's really taking the MLTI devices that our students receive in certain grades across the state and putting those to use in practical ways and having them explore new technology and innovative ways to use their technology and explore other things that they can be doing with the devices that they have aside from just, writing papers and things that you would traditionally think of using your device for.
Banks says this is the first time the conference has been held in person since 2019 as they switched to a virtual setting for the last few years. The conference was offered both in person and virtual this year, although Banks says they were still at full capacity. The students, which came from over 40 different districts, were offered introductions to programming, building apps, graphic design, and more. Now, for those who did not get a chance to make it to this year's conference, it will be returning to the University of Maine again next year. Definitely put that on your must-do list if you are a STEM student interested in technology.
Yeah, or even just maybe
you
just
like
wanting,
like technology, go for it.
Starting to plant those seeds and build those foundations and maybe just pique those interests.
I think that kind of aptitude is probably only going to be more and more important as the years progress.
I agree.
Alrighty, folks, well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.